You know how everyone says pull-ups are the ultimate test of strength? What if I told you that the way most people do them is actually slowing their progress by half? Seriously, if your pull-ups feel stuck, weak, or just painfully slow to improve, there's a good chance you're unknowingly training against your own body. Let me ask you something. When you pull yourself up, do you move slow because you think it's more controlled? Or because you're just trying to survive the rep? Because here's the twist. Going slow isn't always helping. In fact, if you do it wrong, it's one of the biggest reasons you're not getting stronger. Watch this. Most people hang loose, shoulders shrugged, legs dangling, and then they grind their way up like they're dragging a refrigerator. That slow, heavy pull actually kills your power, messes with your shoulder mechanics, and makes the rep way harder than it needs to be. And the crazy part? They think they're doing it right. But here's the hint. Your body isn't built to move like that. It's built to snap, to accelerate, to engage muscle chains that fire together. And when you use those natural mechanics, your strength jumps almost instantly. That's why today's pull-up hack is going to flip the way you think about every rep you've ever done. You'll go faster and get stronger. And yes, it really is that simple. But before we get into the exact technique, let me expose the one mistake almost everybody makes. They pull with their arms first. The moment the rep starts, they're already losing. And you might be doing it too without realizing it. Tell me, have you ever felt your elbows flare out, your neck crane forward, or your upper traps burn before anything else? That's the sign. And fixing this is where the real magic begins. You know how everyone treats pull-ups like the holy grail of bodyweight strength? They're the badge of honor, the test of real fitness, the move everybody wants to master. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. The way the average person performs, a pull-up is destroying their progress, not slowing it down, actually choking it. And if your pull-ups feel stuck, weak, shaky, or like each rep is a life or death battle, then yes, this probably applies to you too. Let me throw a question at you. When you do a pull-up, do you move slow because you think it's better form? Or because you're fighting the rep with everything you've got? Be honest. Because here's the twist. Slow pull-ups are not automatically good pull-ups. In fact, when done with the wrong mechanics, that slowness becomes dead weight. It becomes friction. It becomes wasted energy. It actually teaches your body the opposite of what makes you strong. Picture this. Someone hangs from the bar, shoulders relaxed, core asleep, legs swinging like loose ropes. Then they grind upward, face tightening, neck pushing forward like a turtle stretching for air. The elbows flare, the body wiggles, and the movement is painfully slow. But not in a controlled athletic way. It's slow because every muscle is fighting for survival. And the craziest part? People think this is what discipline looks like. They think suffering equals strength. But your body isn't meant to move like a heavy, rusty elevator. It's meant to accelerate, to recruit muscle chains in smooth, powerful coordination. And when you tap into that natural acceleration, when you learn how to apply speed at the right moment, your pull-ups become lighter, smoother, and far stronger. That's why today's pull-up hack flips the usual idea on its head. You're going to learn how going faster actually builds more strength, not less. Sounds insane until you feel it. But before we get to the secret, I need you to see the mistake almost everybody makes. It's the foundation of all the other problems. It's the reason your reps feel harder than they should. And it's so subtle you might not even realize you're doing it. You pull with your arms first. That's the killer. The moment you start a rep with your arms, you instantly cut off the power from your lats, your mid-back, and your core, the muscles that actually make pull-ups strong and smooth. It's like trying to tow a car using just your fingers instead of your whole hand. You're working hard, but not smart. Think about your last set. Did your elbows bend the second you started the rep? Did your shoulders rise towards your ears? Did you feel the tension go straight into your biceps and upper traps? If you've ever felt your neck straining, your shoulders burning, or your elbows flaring wide, those are all signs you're arm pulling instead of body pulling. And this is where most people get confused. They hear slow and controlled, and they assume it means starting the rep like a snail, moving inch by inch with no momentum at all. But in pull-ups, controlled doesn't mean slow. Controlled means stable. And stable doesn't come from your arms. It comes from the muscles that form your body's base. Think of your core like the foundation of a skyscraper. If the ground is soft, the whole building wobbles. If your core isn't braced, your body swings, twists, and fights itself on the way up. But if that foundation is solid, if you lock your ribs down, squeeze your glutes, keep your legs in one clean line, everything above it becomes easier. You don't waste energy, you don't wiggle, and you don't lose power. Now here's the light bulb moment. When your core and lats are engaged properly, your body naturally wants to move faster at the start of the pull. That initial acceleration isn't cheating, it's physics. It's your muscle chains firing the way they're designed to. And that burst of speed helps you get into the strong part of the movement quicker, where your back can actually take over. This is why athletes can do explosive, clean pull-ups while beginners struggle with slow, painful ones. It's not just strength, it's mechanics. Let me hint at what the correct pull actually feels like. Instead of yanking with your arms, you think about dragging your elbows down and back. You imagine your chest rising toward the bar before your chin even thinks about getting involved. You picture your shoulder blades sliding into your back pockets, creating a platform that lifts your entire body. And when you do this right, something surprising happens. The pull becomes faster naturally. Not out of sloppiness, but because your big muscles are finally doing their job. This is the part where most people have an ouch moment. Because once you understand this, the whole exercise changes. It stops being a battle and becomes a movement, a clean, strong, athletic movement. And trust me, we're just getting started, because the real technique, the step-by-step mechanics, the exact cues that will make your pull-ups instantly stronger, that's coming next. And when you apply them, you won't just feel the difference, you'll see it. Reps that used to feel impossible suddenly feel light. Sets that used to burn you out become manageable. And that plateau you've been stuck on, it starts to crack. If you're ready for that breakthrough, just tell me when. The next part is where the real transformation begins. You know how people treat pull-ups like the ultimate badge of strength? The move that separates the trained from the untrained, the disciplined from the casual? Here's the truth almost nobody talks about. Most people are doing pull-ups in a way that actually blocks their progress. Not just slows it, blocks it completely. If your pull-ups feel stuck, shaky, or painfully hard, no matter how much you practice, there's a reason. And it's probably not what you think. Let me ask you something. When you pull yourself up, do you go slow because you think slow equals control? Or because the movement just feels heavy and you can't go any faster? Because here's the twist, slow isn't always good. In fact, slow with bad mechanics is one of the biggest reasons your strength stops improving. It teaches your body weakness instead of power. Picture the usual rep. Someone hangs from the bar with loose shoulders, soft core, legs swinging. Then they drag themselves upward inch by inch, face tightening as if they're trying to lift a refrigerator with their bare hands. Their elbows flare, their neck strains, their shoulders shrug. And they think this suffering equals proper form. They think this is building discipline. But the body doesn't work like a slow, rusty machine. It's built to accelerate, built to move powerfully when the right muscles fire together. When you do a pull-up the way your body is meant to move, the rep naturally becomes smoother and faster. And that speed is what actually builds strength. Not sloppy speed, but smart speed. Connected speed. This is where nearly everyone messes up. They pull with their arms first. The moment they start the rep, they bend their elbows, their shoulders rise, and all the tension goes straight into the wrong muscles. If you've ever felt your upper traps burning, your neck tightening, or your elbows drifting outward, that's the sign. You're arm pulling instead of body pulling. And that tiny mistake is huge. It instantly shuts off the power from your lats, mid-back, and core, the muscle groups that are supposed to generate the majority of your strength in a pull-up. It's like trying to lift a heavy suitcase with your fingertips instead of your whole hand. You're working harder, getting less. Here's where the first light bulb moment hits. Controlled doesn't mean slow. Controlled means stable. Stability doesn't come from squeezing the bar harder. It comes from locking your core and engaging your lats before you ever bend your elbows. Think of your core as the foundation of a skyscraper. If it's soft, everything above it wobbles. But if it's solid, the whole structure rises smoothly. Now here's the interesting part. When those big muscles switch on, your body naturally wants to move faster at the start of the pull. Not out of momentum or cheating, but because your strongest muscles are finally taking over. That initial burst is exactly what you want. It gets you out of the weakest, most awkward part of the movement and into the strong zone where your back can dominate. And once you feel this difference, it's impossible to go back. The exercise changes. The rep becomes athletic instead of painful. You don't grind, you glide. You don't strain, you lift. And that's the pull-up hack we're building toward. Go faster, get stronger. It sounds too simple, but it's built on pure body mechanics. We're just getting started. The exact technique, the step-by-step cues, the mistakes to avoid, the timing, everything you need to transform your pull-ups is coming next. And once you apply it, you'll feel the difference instantly.